Hey guys, Wombat here. Today the video I'm bringing you is a second video on my Star Fox 64 playthrough. As you play through the Star Fox world by achieving different things in different levels, you can take different paths. There is a red path, which is the hard path, a yellow path, which is the moderate path, and a blue path, which is the easy path. Because in the first mission Cornelia, I saved Falco and through 4 of the tunnels in one section, I was able to verse the ultimate boss and subsequently mile on the red difficult path. This mission is called Sector Y and it involves flying through a fleet of enemy ships and defeating the boss again, which is a bunch of robots. But that's enough about Star Fox 64. In my last video I mentioned that over the Easter long weekend, I had a pretty big weekend, and for the rest of this video I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. So after a big night out at the pub on Thursday, me and 5 uni mates packed up early and headed off to Mildura. I didn't actually go out that night, but I did get up early and make sandwiches for the trip. What a ripper bloke. We were heading up to Mildura, which Google Maps said was a fucking long way away. Google Maps was right, and like 7 hours later we arrived. The trip was pretty quiet for most, but as everyone was stuffed, until one of my mates started playing his shit disco beats at like 10 AM. Thanks mate. Whilst up in Mildura, we were going to be staying on a houseboat moored on the banks of the Murray River. It was very convenient that over the Easter long weekend, the Mildura 100 ski boat race is held every year, so that was something to look forward to. Once in Mildura, we went to my mate's place and got a few supplies, and then we went to the local supermarket and got a few beers. The houseboat was sick, and my mate's family also owned a ski boat, so that was going to be a lot of fun. On a Friday night, we were just on the boat mucking around, had a barbecue and beers, and just kicked on to all hours, drinking BBs and talking shit. Pretty enjoyable night. Bacon and eggs for breakfast, just like every other morning, and a shitload of water. All of Saturday, we just stuffed around on the boat. A bit of fishing, a bit more drinking beer, and a bit of stuffing around on the speedboat. My mate's from Mildura and he's a decent wakeboarder, but the rest of us just stuffed around on the kneeboard or the biscuits. I'll be honest, there was not a lot of impressive work being done by the rest of us. While I wasn't the best kneeboarder, I really enjoyed doing it. Someone that has never really kneeboarded before, it's something that really stuffs you. After about 5 to 10 minutes, you have to stop because my back and my arms were just killing me. They also tried out a bit of biscuiting with some interesting consequences. While biscuiting, we went round a corner and I was struggling to hang on. The bottom half of my body came off the biscuit and was slapping against the water, but I still was hanging on. To cut it short, the river not only stole my shorts, but it also stole my undies. I continued a few hundred metres down the river in the roar until I came off. Unfortunately, where I came off was right in front of a couple of houseboats, and about 500 metres from our houseboat. When I got back on the biscuit, I told my mate to gun it back to our houseboat, only to hear cheers and jeers from one of the houseboats where we were. That was a pretty funny moment. For the Saturday night, we were heading into Mildura. We were pre-drinking and playing drinking games on the boat. The best one we played was Fuck the Bus. It truly helps you get on your way. The first place we went to was called Evolution, and we were lucky because they were selling $5 Skittle Bombs. I love Skittle Bombs, as do most people alive. So we stayed there for a while, danced a little, drank some more. My mates picked up a cougar, she was a fox. We then headed out because we were going to another club called Dom's, and on the way I got 2 souvlaki. They were both delicious. After getting into Dom's, things got a little bit blurry, but a fun night was had and I woke up on the couch the next morning feeling a little worse for wear. Sunday was the day of the big ski race. They started going past at 8:30 AM. If any of you guys have ever been to a race where vehicles have big engines, then you'll know the sound. Every 30 seconds they zoom past for about 3 hours. There was a slight break for an hour or so where we had as much sleep as possible, and then they zoomed past again the other way for another 3 hours. I might possibly upload a video that I've got on my phone of one of the boats zooming past. For the rest of the day we just went out in the boat, did a little bit of kneeboarding and biscuiting. I even tried a bit of wakeboarding. I only stood up for about a minute, but I loved it. It was really taxing on your core. Everyone was so stuffed from the last couple of nights that we went to bed fairly early that night. Monday was just spent packing up the houseboat, cleaning all the mess we had made, and then taking it back to the marina in Mildura. It was a decent trip. We had a bit more kneeboarding on the way there. Once we got back to the marina, we packed up our shit and headed to my mate's place where we were staying the night. After getting him a little bit of rest and downing some delicious homemade wood-fired pizzas, we jumped in this bar and started drinking the rest of the beer we had. After drinking them and some more we found in the fridge, a bottle of tequila with some worms in it, a bottle of Contro, having some deep and meaningful conversation, and finally eating some pasties and crumpets, we hit the cave. We woke up the next day a lot worse for wear, packed our stuff up into the car and hit the road. After a couple of food stops on the way, we made it back home. I was in bed pretty much straight away and I'm still feeling a little bit run down from those few days. It was a great few days with great mates, many memories, and I would recommend it. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd like to thank you guys for getting me to 100 subs. Remember to rate and comment on this video if you've enjoyed it. I've been Wombat, catch you later.